Hi guys, how to make 3 rice dishes at home. Number 1, cumin rice served with chicken curry. Number 2, pilau, and this was mutton pilau served with kachumbari. And number 3, chicken biryani. Stay tuned to watch all the recipes in this video.
We will start by marinating the chicken, and these are the spices that I used. You can see my chicken is cleaned and I have wiped it with a kitchen towel. And I used chicken masala, tandoori masala, garam masala, cinnamon, garlic and cardamom powder. But if you do not like any of these spices, please do not add them. And just add the spices to the chicken, and after that I added lemon juice. That was just 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Next, I go ahead and add a half cup of buttermilk, aka maziwa mala. You can use plain yogurt to do this step. And after that, you're going just to mix everything together, just ensuring that the chicken is covered in all that spices, and cover it and leave it for 1 hour. And moving on, now we start by preparing the cumin rice, and just add 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds to oil on low flame, and just keep stirring until you hear pop sounds. And after that, add enough salt, and later on now go ahead and add your cleaned rice. So give it a mix just to ensure that the cumin seeds, the oil, the salt has come together with the rice. And after that, just add enough water to cook your rice. I'm using basmati rice, and I cooked 1 cup of rice with 1 1/4 cups of water. Just cover it and let it cook. And once all the water has dried up and the rice is ready, now go ahead and add green onions. That is just like a bunch of green onions, and then add coriander, dhania, and then you're going to give that a proper mix, and you can see everything has come together nicely. Now you can leave it at this point, but this extra step will give your rice a different taste. So go ahead and fry your onions, and once they turn golden brown, now add cashew nuts that have been roasted, and you're going to cook this just for like 30 seconds, just to ensure that the nuts have absorbed all the taste of the onions. And you can see they are ready. Now take the cashew nuts and the onions and add the mixture into the rice, and you're going to mix this thoroughly to ensure that, but careful not to break the rice. And just mixing it carefully, and after that your rice will be ready. Like you can see, it looks so fluffy, so delicious. Set it aside, and now on to preparing the chicken curry. Just fry your onions, and once the onion turns translucent, add 5 cloves of garlic. And after that, you're just going to give that a good mix. And once the garlic is cooked, now add the green onions, now the white part of the green onions, but you do not have to add them if you do not have green onions at hand. And once the mixture is cooked, now go ahead and add 4 ripe tomatoes that have been roughly chopped. And after that, just add salt to taste, because remember you had added salt to the chicken, so be sure not to add too much and keep tasting. And add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, followed by 1 tablespoon of paprika and 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, and you're going to give that a good mix. Then add enough water to cook the tomatoes, and just cover that mixture. And once it's cooked like this, now it's time to add your chicken, and you're going to add the chicken plus the marinade into the mixture. Then give this a very good mix, ensuring that all the ingredients come together nicely like you see on the video. And after that, now cover the chicken, cook on low flame. Do not be in a hurry to cook the chicken, and do not add more water. And once the oil has separated from the chicken like you see on the video, you will know that the chicken is ready, and this is like after 40 minutes of cooking. So just give it a good mix and your chicken curry will be ready. Guys, this chicken curry can be served with chapati, rice, ugali, anything, name it. And now it's time to serve your cumin rice and your chicken curry. Guys, this meal is so delicious, and like you've seen, it's very simple to make it. It comes together nicely and so fast. And thank you so much for watching my video. See you on my next one. Bye bye.
Need support. Now let's get into the recipe.
So guys, the first thing I do is to fry my onions, and I like to use a lot of onions for my pilau, but by all means use whatever amount you are comfortable with. And after that, I just give that a good stir, and once the onions are cooked to become translucent, I added 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic. If you like ginger, you can add ginger in here at this point. And then you're going to give that a good stir until the onion and the garlic mixture is cooked. And after the mixture is cooked, at this point I just like to add my spices, and I added just 1 tablespoon of pilau masala. On this day I did not want to add too many spices to my pilau, because remember, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and I find that a simple recipe is even more delicious than a complicated one. And then after that I added salt to taste, then gave that a good mix. And now I'm going in with my mutton, and I like ribs, the ribs part, and it has been boiled at this point, so I'm just adding it in there, and then we'll give that a good stir. And I like to boil my mutton before cooking pilau, but if you do not like to boil yours, do not feel like this is the right recipe, just do it however you like. And then after that I added enough broth from the mutton. That is just the water that I boiled my mutton in. And also I added that depending on the amount of rice that I was using, and I used 1 cup of rice. And then you're going to add it in there and then leave it to cook as now we prepare our kachumbari. And I like to soak my onions in vinegar just to get rid of that bitter taste and the acidity that is in onion. And as you leave the onions to soak in vinegar, I prepared the other veggies, that is capsicum, dania and tomatoes. And here the onions, like after 10 minutes, just discard the excess vinegar, and then now add the onions now to the tomato mixture. And then you're going to set that aside. Also, I like to add some lemon juice to my kachumbari. It makes it even more delicious. And if you like chilies, you can add chilies at this point, and the kachumbari is ready. You can see it looks so fresh. It goes perfectly with pilau, and the pilau, like you see, the water has dried completely. So we're just going to let it cool for a few minutes before serving, and the pilau is ready. Like you see, it was a very simple one. I do not like to do a very complicated pilau, otherwise it's going to lose that taste. And thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope to see you guys on my next one.
And the first step is to marinate the chicken. Here are all the spices that I used for that, and I have just listed them for you. So you start by adding the buttermilk or maziwa mala. You can use plain yogurt if you do not have. Next, add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. You can use lemon juice if you do not have vinegar at hand. Next, go ahead and add all your spices into the bowl with the buttermilk. And after that, you're going to need to give that a good mix. You can use a whisk just to make the ingredients come together nicely, and also be sure to taste your marinade to ensure that it is well seasoned and all the spices have balanced well. Next, add your cleaned chicken, and I used 1 whole chicken, but you can use the amount that you'd like or that is enough for your family.
Give that a mix and ensure that all the parts of the chicken have come together with the marinade and that they are coated nicely. And after that, you're just going to cover and then leave it for 2 hours to overnight. I put mine in the fridge and left it for a whole 8 hours. And now the next step is to fry your onions, and just add adequate amount of oil into a sufuria, and after it's hot enough, add your onions, and you're going to give the onions a good stir just to cook them to ensure that they turn golden brown. And after the onions have turned golden brown like you see on the video, just set them aside, and you can use a kitchen towel just to get rid of any excess oil. And this oil is the same one that you're going to cook with for the remaining processes. And after that, now fry another batch of onions. This time use enough onions just for cooking the curry. And you're going to give that a stir, and after the onions have turned translucent, now add crushed garlic. And you're going to give that a good mix just to ensure that the garlic is fully cooked. And after that happens, now go ahead and add 4 blended tomatoes. I used 4 large tomatoes. Next, add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, and you're going to give that a good mix just to incorporate it into the mixture and ensure that it is well mixed. At this point, you can season the tomatoes. Ensure that you do not put too much salt because the marinade also had some salt. And you're going to cover the tomatoes and allow them to cook until almost all the water has evaporated. And as that is happening, it's now time to prepare the rice. So add the following spices into enough water, and I used cardamom pods, bay leaf, cumin seeds, and some cloves. And also you can add oil at this point if you prefer to do so, but I prefer to add oil during the last stages of the cooking. So bring the water to a boil, and after the water is boiled, go ahead and add your rice. I used 1 glass of rice, but you can use the rice that will be enough for your family. And after adding the rice, now go ahead and mix in everything, and you're going to cover it and cook it on medium to low flame. At this point, now the tomatoes are ready like you see on the video. So the next step is to now add the marinated chicken into that mixture. You can see how the chicken is looking like at this point. It is the next day. Remember, I had left mine to marinate for 8 hours. And you're going to carefully add all the chicken parts into the mixture like you see on the video. And after that, now go ahead and give it a proper mix like you see, and then cover it and cook on low flame until it's ready. And at this point now the rice is cooked, so it is time to decorate it. And I used orange food color. You can use yellow, you can use any color that you prefer. And I added 1 tablespoon of the oil that I had fried the onions in, and then I'm just going to give that a good mix until the color comes together with the oil nicely, and then pour it on the rice like you see on the video.
Also remember to add the fried onions into the rice and mix in nicely. And after adding the food color, now cover the sufuria and now leave it to cook for another like 2 to 3 minutes. And the remaining onions, remember to add them to the chicken curry. And then you're going to give that a good mix. Now cover the chicken curry and leave it to cook. And at this point now the rice is ready. Like you see, you're just going to mix in just to get the nice color, and the curry was also ready. You can see the oil has separated from the chicken and your food is ready to serve. You can see how easy it was to make that biryani, and this biryani is so tasty because even the rice has, I boiled it with some spices and it was very delicious. I hope you guys get to try out this recipe. You're going to love it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly consider doing so, and I would like to get the feedback on the comment section. See you guys on my next video.